Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. Gosh, you know what? He makes a couple appearances and all of a sudden, Hacker T is the big star. He loves it. Yeah, he's real to me, right? The ego. Hacker T playing the ego. Thank you. We appreciate that. You're a good actor. I know. So, but we're going to talk about energy today. This is a very powerful video. Hopefully it'll be a powerful video for you, an advanced one. You can take a break now. And so we're going to talk about everything that is energy, including the ego. All right. Going advanced here. Let's get real. Let's snap out of the old ancient, somebody said energy's everything. Burn him at the stake. Burn her at the stake. Oh, they're using herbs. She's a witch. I mean, can we get out of that kind of thinking? Because that's still going on right now. People really think that we're like puppets or something. Let's talk sheer energy. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm some big, scientist, but frankly, I don't think that they know anything. They keep changing their minds and expanding just like we do. We have the answers. Everybody has the answers. You have all of the answers within you. You get to decide if you're going to allow, certain things to get in the way and start to dictate. And you know what this guy, the ego, where he gets his ideas. Yeah, you know exactly where you get your ideas from. He's playing stupid right now because he knows it's from everything, experiences, and then he starts to make up his mind about how the world works, and then he's always talking in my ear, that's not true. No, it's not. And you believe it. What? Everybody tells you, and you want to go do things, and so guess what? People discourage you. Why? Because they're coming from density too. Why are you listening to anybody who's not knocking it out of the park? Why do people listen to Anthony Robbins or Bob Proctor or Eckhart Tolle? Because they're doing exactly what they teach. They're walking the walk. And so you get these people out there that promise all this stuff, and we want to believe that crap. But you see that the only person benefiting from it is them. So ask yourself, if somebody's teaching you something, if they're actually doing it themselves, if they're achieving certain goals that you want to achieve, I'm not here to judge that. If it is financial goals, go for it. If that's where you are in your life, this is the beauty of being human. You get to choose what you want to do. And at some point, you can find out that's really not that important, but maybe you need to experience that first and say, okay, now I know I can be abundant. Oops, didn't solve my problems. Not feeling real excited. What's up with that? And then you go through the evolution of the soul. All of this is energy. But let's talk about what that really is. You ready? Open your mind. And don't get into the, oh, that's not true. Try not to do that, okay? Because that is what you've been pumped full of. If you were out in the woods and you were a wolf child, and I told you some things, and I said that's how it is, you'd believe me, right? All right, because the ego does. The ego gets all this information, gets filled with all these ideas, and then believes it. According to what your parents told you, what school, what society, the higher-ups that want to keep you sick, dense, powerless. Oh, the news. Oh, dear Lord, if you want a fairy tale, put the news on. It's a bad ending, by the way. So let's get a grip on what's true. And now, I don't have the answers. No one here does. No one's really given us the total answers, but they give us enough to tell us that we are limitless. We're limitless. These things you shall do and more. Can we get into that lane? Let's get into that lane right now. Now, I did a video, mind-blowing video, and some of you got it. Actually, quite a few of you got it. You look out into space at night and you realize I am moving at 30,000 miles an hour, rotating and spinning around a big ball of fire with other specks of dirt or whatever they're made of that are spinning around, not in chaos, spinning around. We're moving at 30,000 miles per hour. Did you know that? So I want you to think about this. We're out in trillions and trillions of other specks of whatever we are, suspended in what? What are we suspended in? And what's keeping us there? And what are we in? You're looking into infinity. You are looking, right now, I'm looking into infinity. There is no end to what I'm looking at. No end. And we are suspended in the middle of infinity. If that doesn't blow your mind, then you're really not connecting to what that is. And you, whatever this is, came from two tiny little specks of whatever that connected and then created and became you. Two tiny little egg and sperm, little moving things connected. What the hell were those? They're sort of weird looking, right? A little creepy looking. They connect. Hey, somebody could look at that and say, aliens, ah! Connect. And from that comes this. Mind-blowing. But we're going to go into advanced quantum. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Everything is energy. You are energy. You have always existed. Fact. You have always existed. What? You always will. What is energy? If it takes two little, whatever they are, aliens, and creates this, it must be intelligent. That means everything is intelligent. There's no separation of anything, so if there is any intelligence, then everything's intelligent. You are energy. You have always existed. You are intelligence. That's it. You are intelligence beyond comprehension. Because the universe is energy. And it is always creating and expanding. That means it must be super duper, off the charts, crazy ass intelligent to do all of this. And you're not separate from that. You are that. You're just the little expression of that. Now here's where people get hung up. They believe that we are the game that a superior being is playing. So that would not go along with the fact that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It doesn't go along with it. Because this thing cannot be separate from you if everything's one thing. There cannot be separation. It's impossible. Because that has to be connected to this to create it. So if that is creating us as part of it, which is the truth, then we must have some kind of free will. Otherwise, everything would just be us little puppets walking around. And part of the game is the fact that we get free will as individual, seemingly separate entities to make choices to play in the game. Because that's the mystery. Otherwise, we'd know what the ending is. You are the ultimate, unlimited intelligence of the universe playing a game. This is different. Experiencing every single expression it can. It doesn't see evil as bad. It just experiences it. We as humans experience it as something bad because we have emotions here. We get caught up in the game. We believe it. We label it because we desire certain things. This is when wake up, man. She's down here sleeping. Yeah, wake up. It's your role now. It's your part now. Because we get caught up in the game so heavily that we then believe that we're this guy. And whatever he tells us, ooh, really? They're evil? Oh, there's a conspiracy going? Yeah. And then you start to believe it. Because you're so disconnected with your power that you believe that everything you see is real. And we got lower and lower in density, which means we stopped connecting to that power, which told us that's totally bullshit. Excuse my language. You'll excuse it, right? Because you swear a lot sometimes. It's okay, we all do. Are you done believing and making and excuses and labeling everything and coming up with all this crap in your head that I don't even know where it comes from, the stuff we make up, right? It's just silly. And then this guy gets very powerful, yay! I'm running for president! That was good. And you believe that ego is you. And then when you try to get away from it, I will never try and get away from it. I think it's impossible, isn't it? Here on Earth, it's pretty much impossible to get away from the ego because it's a created energy field of yours. I call it the third energy field. My book's going to be coming out soon. I explain the three human energy fields because there's endless energy capabilities. But we have three here, basic ones that we connect to. Basic ones. Everything spins off of that. And the third one is the lowest density of the ego that we've created here. So we started to believe so much that this was it because we see the material world and we believe it. And then what happens is we disconnect with the first energy field, which is our super high consciousness, which is really where we manifest from. Take my e-course. I'm going to plug this baby all day. Why? I spent a year to get you equipped to go to this advanced frequency. And I take you step by step so you can get out of this guy and learn that he's your friend and not to be feared. And you can start to function in the real world without listening to all the stuff. Okay, we're done. I'm not listening anymore. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. We're done. He's going to be with me, but I realized I created him by believing all the stuff he was saying. I encouraged him to behave badly. And now I realize he's not to blame. I was here to train him and get him to behave like a good little boy and basically not listen to him anymore. I'm sorry. And then basically I'm in charge again. Who's that? The second and first energy fields, of which are limitless. Because Hacker T here, the ego, aka the ego, wants to tell us that we're limited, that there are people that are better than us, that we need to defend ourselves, that we need to, hoard or, barricade ourselves when the world ends. Listen, kiss your butt goodbye when that happens. There's nothing going to save you from there. Who wants to live that kind of life? You want to end that? Let's get our frequency up and start loving each other and start treating each other and this planet with total respect. Because we're one and we don't believe that. So that's why we are battling. That's why we're damaging things, because we think we're separate. We don't realize when we hurt anything out there, when we put chemicals on our lawns, that we're doing it to ourselves. We're poisoning our kids. We're poisoning ourselves, not separately. The energy behind it alone is damaging the collective consciousness before that chemical even goes into that water system and you bathe in it. And you put your little babies in it. I know. So, you are absolutely connected to limitlessness. Right? Ego's part of that. Your choice to not listen to it anymore is part of that. Your ability to look out into that infinity and realize, I'm not separate from that intelligent energy. It's the same energy that animates this body. And this body is also part of that energy. It's a creation of that energy that I chose. And then, when it dissolves, it doesn't end either. It transforms back into the energy field, and who knows what it turns into. I'm going to be releasing my dad's ashes in Santa Barbara, his favorite place in the world. I think this is the year to do it. And I'm going to send him off into something beautiful, the ocean. He loved the ocean. He loved Santa Barbara. I'm going to send him off into that beautiful place. Because nobody should be in a box, in my opinion. I'm going to put his energy back into nature. I want to ask you right now, where all these limiting thoughts are, what makes you think that you can't do all the things you desire? What makes you think that you have any limits, or that you're not as good as somebody else, or you don't have capabilities? Because we all have different talents. I'm not going to be a marathon runner, or speed skater or whatever. I'm going to be a spiritual teacher. You have gifts. You have challenges. It's all part of the roles in the game we're playing here that's supposed to be real for us, so that we can truly appreciate the lessons behind it. Your energy. You have always existed in unbelievable expressions, creations that you don't remember. Get out of this. Because you don't remember doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's a lot of things that we don't see that exist. People that aren't in their bodies anymore are in this room right now. I just said that you can't see. Silly. You must get out of the confines of this and this to access everything that you can do on this planet. And yes, you have a role. You can't want to be, you can desire to be the Queen of England, but your role wasn't to be the Queen of England. You don't want to be the Queen of England. No, you're the ego. So accept it. Say, okay, I did choose this role. Those of you who want to change your looks and all this stuff, great. Do that in your next lifetime. Come back as that person with a lot of hair or big boobs. Listen, there's surgery. Go get it if that's what makes you happy. Right? But the bottom line is, who are you in this role? What is your mission? Are you fulfilling that mission? Yeah, you're fulfilling your mission. You've done a great job. The ego's done an amazing job of getting in our way. Well, it's our fault. So when you stop listening to this guy and realizing this is a conditioning of humanity's lower density, everything is possible. Everything. Why? Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is intelligent. Everything is exactly as it should be. Look at out there. You think that's chaos? Of course not. There's no chaos. No chaos in the universe. You have the power to create what you want right now. Get out of this and start going here and pushing that energy out. I have videos where meditations where all you have to do is do a search for meditations on my channel and then sign up for the playlist. And I have meditations where I talk all the way through. Some people like that. I'm doing more meditations where I just say a few things, and I have music and I say a few things in music just to get you to focus. I have meditations that have you push your energy. I do a lot of that. Why? I'm trying to get you to get out of here and go out here into that infinity that you're looking at, where all intelligence lies, where there's no thinking. I'm sorry, but you're not out there. Well, you never get, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Yeah, he's happy. Yay. You're just going to have to play a different role. Well, he's happy with that. Can you get out of the fog? Get out of the pod? Get out of listening to this and the conspiracy crap. It's an addiction. It's what the higher-ups want you to do. Stay as the peon, all arguing with each other. Stop arguing with each other. There's no debate here. If you believe something, it's true for you. If somebody else does, it's true for them. There's nothing to discuss anymore. Right? Let it go. That's another light being. That's you. And everything you put out, you're receiving immediately. There's no delay in everything. So what is it? Photons blink out. They exist everywhere at every time. It's beyond our comprehension as human beings and as egos. He's going to take a nap now. So I want you to just not try to understand how huge this is, but I want you to understand how huge this is. In other words, you don't have to know the complexities of it. All you need to understand is that this exists, and anything you tell yourself that's different is not true. This is proven. This is quantum physics. Everything is connected, which means everything's one thing. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. That's been proven over and over again. We know that's true. That means your energy. That means you cannot be destroyed. That means you're the super intelligence. You change matter by just looking at it, by focusing. And the thought behind it is creating what happens to that matter. And that's quantum physics. Look up the experiments when you take my e-course. I actually have a section about that. We actually go into energy cannot be created or destroyed, and cartoons with quantum physics that show you real experiments that'll blow your mind if you don't already know what those are. Easily explainable. I'm looking at something, it is now part of my reality. And whatever I think and believe about it is in every split second affecting that thing that I'm focused on. So the 3-second manifesting, so much bigger than that. It starts with that. Are you ready to expand into the advanced quantum field? No more stories, no more limitations. No more researching stuff and, oh, it's this way, and so this, and so. You have no limits. None. None. What are you going to do to change your life? What are you going to do to go into that quantum spiritual field? Because that's what it is. It's the ego that's talking all the time that stops you from being out there. It wants to keep you here, safe and protected from the physical world that doesn't exist anyways. The fear of being destroyed, it's impossible. You can never be destroyed. In fact, if you'll be more powerful once you transition. I want to ask you right now why you would ever think anything that's limiting. What benefit is there from that? How are you benefiting from limiting yourself? Got an answer? There's no answer. There are no benefits. So what's happening is you're using your unlimited power, but you're doing it to create limitations. That's what you're doing. You can say, oh, well, I have this. Or, nope, that's the unlimited power creating a limitation, creating a victim, creating a tragedy, creating a punishment, creating a God that punishes, creating all these things that you believe. You're doing it, all of it. Creating Satan. Somebody said to me not too long ago, the battle that's going to ensue. And I thought, how can a loving God of everything battle anything? We're doing it. There's no God doing that. We're doing it. Why? We've been given free will to express ourselves, to be idiots. We're done being idiots. When you connect to that thought, and you don't have to try and analyze it. This is where we get in trouble. We're trying to analyze it because this guy's got us so convinced that we're just flesh and blood and you know, that we have limitations and all these rules and stuff, that we have difficulty connecting. And that's why when you go into the meditations, you can start to connect to that power and realize you are unstoppable. You are unstoppable. There's nothing between you and creating an amazing life and triumphing, being triumphant. Let's try that again. Being triumphant over any circumstance. Any circumstance. It was part of what you chose. What's the value in it? What's the lesson? How can you transform it? Because you can. There's no situation that you can't. There are things we don't understand, agreements between each other. And the other thing too is the very person that may inflict pain on you, perhaps you did worse to them in another lifetime. It's about how you handle everything, not about the other person. It's how am I processing this? What am I doing with this situation? Am I being the higher source? Not over them. Am I being the better person? That's the ego, right? Am I connecting to my higher self? Because there are no barriers and blocks when I do that. There's nothing. There's no society telling me disapproval, parents telling you that you're a loser. Oh, you've tried this 500 times, it hasn't worked. When do you quit? Oh, you're not focused. That's wrong. Oh, you're autistic. Here's a drug. Oh, too much energy? Here's another drug. Depressed? Here's a drug. You getting it? This is what we're here to break through. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Why? That power is mind-boggling. It is miraculous. It can do, things that will blow people's minds. It is, it's out there, it's everywhere. It's exciting. You ready? Take my e-course, we go there. People are writing me with amazing stuff, they're feeling it. They're feeling it. They're doing it. They're removing the blocks and the barriers. They're writing me with results. This is available to you. Not just my e-course, but living like this every day. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. And by the way, down in the description is the link to my email list. You can sign up there, or you can go straight to landriaonkka.com and go to the store and do Breakthrough Fear. But make sure you use Inspiration with Landria to get a huge discount. Inspiration with Landria, and it's down in the description too. You guys want to start learning internet marketing like I do? Use the internet to create some amazing stuff. There's a link down here, landriaonkka.net. That's a free workshop that talks about what you can do with the training. I'm giving people tools to change their lives. People want to know, how do I do it? I'm giving it to you. Okay? I'm giving it to you. And I'm there. I'm there for you. Just ask somebody who's taken any of my courses. I don't go away. Because this is my mission. Yeah. Blessings to you, my friend. You ready? You ready to namaste? Namaste.